Hey you guys, it's your girl Kia. If you live in the building, I live on your screen. This is day 3. I'm feeling a lot, well, not a lot. I'm feeling a little better. Listen, be real. I'm feeling a little better. I got my grandparents with me today. I didn't forget it, and I brought my lip gloss too. Let me put some on for my lips be looking all dry and crusty. It's another day of no makeup because I don't feel like putting on no makeup. My blemishes is starting to go down a little bit, but I think I've been doing too much because you see it's trying to get a little dark. Yeah. So I'm going to give it a rest on putting my cream and my tea tree oil and stuff that I've been doing so that, listen, that can simmer down. I think the next video I post in the morning, I'll probably put on makeup to try it again. Well, I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I just know that last time I tried to be like, oh, let me ignore it. It'll go away. And you guys, like, literally, it just took my whole side of my face hostage the last time I did it. So I've been trying something different by just not putting on makeup. So, yeah. Yeah. So today is decent. I'm ready for the weekend. I am ready for the weekend. We've been praying that these days go by fast. Thank you guys for your prayers. If you have been praying, listen, if you ain't been praying, I know my family has, because, listen, they don't like when I get into the thick of it in my head, because I be getting too deep. But, yeah. Yep. So that's just an update on that. Of course, we're going to talk about a new video, because I went on Netflix last night, and that's actually been something to entertain my mind, is watching all these videos. Listen, and trying to read this book by Joyce Myers. So I've been doing that. The video I saw is, what was it called? The Luckiest Girl Alive with Mila something with the K in it. Listen, that girl from that 70s show. If you know, you know. Have you guys seen that? What did you think of it? Because no lie, I hate to say it. It was a good movie, but it's one of those movies that you hate to say it was a good movie because it was so deep with the topic that it was talking about. Like, I was not prepared for it at all. And there's a lot of people that are like boycotting or being mad at Netflix because of the fact that they didn't make a trigger disclaimer, because it talks about GANGRAPE while being under the influence. But no lie, she did her thing. She's an excellent actor. It's amazing how many different roles she could play. But I think she did a really good job with getting this story across, getting the point across. The story was deep. Like, at first, I was confused. In the beginning of it, you're confused. You like, what in the world is going on? This girl keeps having these psycho breakdowns and things like that. And then it makes sense because what I told you, what I spelled out to you, ended up happening to her when she went to a party when she was in high school. And just pretty much end up like messing up her life. Well, not her life per se, like she kept succeeding in her career and stuff like that, but you could tell that she had a lot of mental issues, and there was certain stuff that she was doing just based off of her trauma. So that's what it talks about. And even in I didn't read the description of it before I watched. I still didn't understand what was going to happen. But they do talk about a lady who's trying to survive her life after past trauma. Listen, it was so much trauma. It had that going on. There was a school shooting that ended up happening. It was just a lot going on. Because apparently, I guess the boys ended up lying on her. And it just made her look like a fool, and had her mama looking at her sideways, saying that she signed up for it and she was cool with it and it was consensual and all this other stuff. And I absolutely was not. She was under the influence and they took advantage of her. Y'all, listen, look out for the babies. Look out for the grown folks too. Like, look out for the grown folks, okay? Like, don't be overly consuming stuff around strangers or around people you barely know or you think you know, because there's even some folks out here that's crazy that you think you know, and then they get you under their influence and have you looking like Boo Boo the Fool. So listen, just be careful with that. Just do that at the house. Do that at your house by yourself or with a friend that you really have known for 19 years. Because listen, people is crazy. I don't trust nobody at all. Nobody. People is crazy. So listen, be careful with that. Speak out. I know she was silenced a lot because she didn't want to embarrass her family even more. Or she started playing the victim and started, questioning if she deserved it or if it was her fault. Like, y'all, it was a lot. It was a lot. That one will mess with you mentally a little bit if you are somebody who's been through that situation. I haven't, but I can just imagine somebody who has been through situations like that and they're watching the movie not knowing what to expect and then being triggered. So listen, Netflix gonna have to clear that up or something. I don't know what that's about. People are upset about it. But overall, the acting was good. Listen, I hated her fiance. This is the second movie I kind of hated folks' fiance, but I agreed with old dude in Smile. I agree with him. Listen, leave the crazy lady alone. Leave the crazy lady alone. Leave while you can, baby. Leave while you can. But this one, he was already showing signs. Like, she was trying to express her feelings about it, talk to him about it, and get over it pretty much. Well, not even get over it, but, bring it to light. And he's like, why are you doing this? Like, leave it alone, da-da-da-da-da. Like, I thought you would move on. Like, he was a whole mess. Like, they shouldn't have been engaged to begin with. I know she was trying to, like, play the game of doing what she thought she needed to do at the time, but if you go through some trauma like that and people aren't willing to be down for you and let you talk to them and be open and express your feelings, listen, that ain't them. Them ain't the people for you. Ain't no way I'm marrying a husband and I can't tell him how I really feel about life. You know what I mean? So listen, that was a hot mess. And then they had that situation going on, but at the same time, like I said, it was a shooting going on, but the shooting pretty much took place because of the bullying and the stuff of the boys that did what they did to her to other people. It was even one case or whatever, one of the boys that ended up being one of the shooters in the video, they took him to the forest. Y'all talking about let's go do some illegal substance. I don't know what I can say on YouTube and what I can't. I ain't trying to get demonetized before I can get monetized. But yeah, so they took him to the forest talking about, hey, we gonna go up to the sky. You can't tell me I ain't fly. They ended up pooping on this man's chest and leaving him in the forest. Like, bro. So when they ended up doing what they did at the school, like, it kind of made sense because they was kind of at their boiling point. They were being bullied. Stuff like that was happening. People was being RAPE. Like, it was just a lot going on, and the boys couldn't handle it. And then she ended up being in the crossfire because they were also, like, going after the victims or going after the people that did what they did to her. Like, so she ended up looking like kind of guilty of participating, even though she did not. Child, it was a hot mess. And she ended up having to stab one of her friends to stop him from shooting people and ended up killing him. Like, it was a lot. But at the end, she did end up being able to speak her truth. And yeah, people were still trying to silence her at the end. At the end of it all. Because one of the people that RAP'd her ended up surviving the shooting, but he was paralyzed and he was just talking about gun violence and things like that and trying to act like he was just this big icon thing for this whole, topic. Y'all. And he didn't want to own up to the fact that he had literally caused her trauma. And she ended up being able to record him admitting it all. And listen, people was mad at her because she spoke her truth. And she wanted to get some type of punishment for the guy. They was getting mad at her. Like, really? They get mad at her like, how you gonna try to stain his name? He has been doing good for the community. Listen. The only thing I hate is that people don't like to come forward right away. I can't speak on it though because I'm not them. I don't know what they experience. I don't know how they get hushed. I just wish they could talk about it earlier so they can get got then. Listen, I ain't waiting for karma. You do something to me, you can't shut me up unless you take me out. Unless you take me out. That's just me. This is me talking without experiencing it though, so don't take it to heart because I could definitely end up doing a totally different route. You know, things happen. You change. You don't know what you're gonna do in the heat of a moment, so. But I just wish that she could have came forward or felt comfortable to come forward so that she wouldn't have to go through all that trauma for, I think it was like 38 years, she said. It could be 38 years because she wasn't like fit. I don't know where I got 38 from. Listen, y'all, don't listen to me on that part. But I know I have been some years. And I feel like even with some years, that's a lot of time to give people your peace. And that sucks. It really does. But yeah, so that's definitely an interesting movie to go see. Luckiest Girl Alive. It's on Netflix. I've already told you to be triggered. If you have experienced similar situations, similar things, don't watch it, baby. Listen, I'm not trying to have you relive nothing at all on account of a few seconds of, you know, so-called entertainment, even though it was more of a legit storyline than being entertained. But yeah, I think all the actresses did an excellent job getting the story across. It didn't feel rushed at all. And it definitely was more than I had decided to chew off. I didn't know why. I didn't know we was getting into that. But yeah. Yep. Crazy. Yeah, so I'm going to wrap it up here. That's what I've been doing. Should I necessarily be watching that when I'm going through? Listen, who knows? But it distracted me from my own life. So it worked out. Not that my life is terrible or anything. I just be in my head. Honestly, it just be me in my head and wanting things to move quicker. We'll probably talk about that in another video. But not today. This video is long enough. So yeah, just wanted to check in with you guys. Your girl's still here kicking and fighting and trying to figure out life like the rest of us. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you've seen the movie, let me know what you think about it. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know. I will see you guys later. Bye.